If the Rockets wanted Ben Simmons in any deal and you were the Sixers, would you trade him for Harden?
Reluctantly, I would say yes, because I'm a huge fan of Ben Simmons. He needs to shoot the ball better. I think that he is a jump shot away from being LeBron James 2.0. That's how good I think Ben Simmons is. He's the real deal in every other category: ball handling, basketball IQ, just defensively, of course, everything. And he's 6'10" with a nasty handle, and brother's special. But he ain't James Harden. Not when it comes to putting that ball in the hole. I'm getting sick and tired of people acting like they forgot who the hell James Harden really is. James Harden, ladies and gentlemen, is a person that has averaged 25 plus a game since 2012. James Harden is a dude that has averaged over 30 for the last 3 years. 30, 36, and 34 to be exact, okay? This is that James Harden. James Harden is a career 35% shooter from three-point range, 44% shooter from the field, 85% from the free throw line. He is one of the most unstoppable offensive forces this game has ever seen. You'd be hard-pressed to come up with 3 scorers in the history of basketball more lethal than James Harden. And then we have to take into account, y'all, who we're talking about here. We're talking about a Philadelphia 76ers franchise that hasn't won a title since 1983. We're talking about a coach in Doc Rivers who I personally love and profoundly respect, but was not able to get the Clippers to the conference finals in all 7 years he was in LA. And we're talking about a guy in Daryl Morey who is a magician as an executive, highly respected and well-deserved, and I'm very fond of him as well. But in his 12, 13 years in Houston, never got over the hump, never got them to the finals, let alone the ring. So when you have Daryl Morey, who's James Harden's former boss, in Houston, did everything he could to get James Harden that championship. He's now in Philly. The time is now. Ben Simmons, Max, is going to be that dude 5, 10 years from now, all that stuff. Hell, 3 years from now. He's that special. But he cannot shoot yet. And when you talk about Embiid and Seth Curry and Thibault and Tobias Harris and all of these brothers, and you talking about competing for the chip, you need James Harden in Philadelphia more than you need Ben Simmons right now and for the next 2 to 3 years while KD and Kyrie are in Brooklyn.
Okay, first of all, one of the top 3 most lethal scorers in history, Stephen A. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kevin Durant. There's 5 right there, clearly better scorers than James Harden. I don't want to and here I'm saying I don't want to hear about the analytics.
Okay.
The game has changed enough. No doubt those 5 are better scorers than James Harden. In their era, you would rap like we've seen those. We've seen most of those guys live.
Will Chamberlain is like a different category. You know what I'm saying? 7 feet.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
No bigs.
Think about
you don't
that.
want
I'm
bigs.
Just talking about the guards.
I got you. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant. Case closed. Harden can't score those guys. Stop.
No, I can't.
Kobe Bryant scored 35 points a game in an era where when the Pistons were holding teams like under 2 points a game. Okay, right. So here's the thing. You say reluctantly, you say yes, they should include Simmons. Reluctantly, now I'm on the other side of that. I was on that side. I'm on the other side. I say no. First of all, Harden has maybe 2 more years, I would say, like a realistic estimate of MVP level play. And that's who you're really trading Simmons for, because you're hoping Simmons develops into an MVP player. He ain't, as you said, he's a jump shot away, right? Even if he never gets that, he's better than just an all-star. So you want MVP Harden, and you want to pair him with Embiid, and he's 32 years old, Harden. Simmons is coming into his age 24 season. Big age difference. Simmons is 6'10", as you said. He does a lot of things, has a broad skill set, with the exception of a jump shot that should actually age well. But maybe 2 more years for Harden. So not only are you saying, okay, here's Ben Simmons. We want James Harden to help win a championship with Embiid over the next 2 seasons, and you wouldn't make them the favorite over Brooklyn, would you? Even in the East? Or what about Milwaukee? Yes, no, maybe? So he has 2 seasons to get it done. Not only get out of these, win a championship with Embiid. And then you're figuring he's probably not an MVP. Still could be a great player, but not an MVP caliber player anymore. what has Harden done so far? What's his track record with other stars that he's played with? And forget about Oklahoma City. He and Westbrook didn't coexist great on the court together in Oklahoma City. That's why he's the sixth man, really. And he didn't ask to be traded. He was just traded. But once he got to the Rockets, he wanted Chris Paul. They got him Chris Paul. They had to give up a lot to get him. And what was the upshot of that? Soon he didn't want Chris Paul anymore, right? Okay, now get me Russell Westbrook. And they have to trade a lot to get Westbrook, first-round picks and stuff. And what was the upshot with Westbrook? Very quickly, it was like, no, I don't need Westbrook anymore. This isn't working. So not only do you have to hope that James Harden stays MVP level, and that's good enough to win a championship, but you got to hope it works with Embiid. Do you think Joel Embiid's going to be happy watching James Harden shoot 13 threes a game? I don't know about that. I don't know how that pairing works. I think it works pretty well enough to win a championship, well enough to give up Simmons' future. I don't know. If I were Daryl Morey, and I think he's probably thinking this, I'm going to try by hook or by crook to try to package every single asset I have to get Harden without giving up Simmons or Embiid.
이번에 준비한 영상 시청해주셔서 정말 감사하고 앞으로 더 흥미롭고 유익한 NBA 내용으로 돌아오겠습니다. 영상 재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.